Before we jump right into today's video, I do gotta let y'all know, Queen City Bullies, we do got some scammers amongst us, y'all. So we got some fake pages out there on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. They're trying to scam y'all out of y'all money, so I just want to let y'all know, beware. Make sure you go into the description of these videos, click the link, you'll see my official Facebook and my official Instagram page right there. Alright, now let's get right into the video. Yes, sir.
My side or no side, it's my side or no side. Fuck your kind, nigga. It's my time, nigga. Yeah.
It's my side or no side, ain't no in betweens. All my niggas serve that fatty, we just want the green. Load up them yappers, broad day if you play with me. Yeah, fuck my enemy. It's my side or no side, ain't no in betweens. All my niggas serve that fatty, we just want that green. Load up them yappers, broad day if you play with me. Yeah, fuck my enemy. Play with my paper, I don't care, bitch, I'ma bust your head. We got Jacobs, we got Yappa, shit, we're infrared. If you play, I swear to God, and I'm gon' send them there. Yeah, I'm insane out my head. I want paper, we survey.
Alright, what's going on? We back with another episode of the Queen City Bullies podcast. Today, before I jump right into the episode, I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's been supporting us, everybody that's been watching the videos, leaving comments, subscribe to the channel. You know, if you bought a pup from us or used one of our studs, or if you plan to, we definitely appreciate you. It means a lot to us, and we're going to keep it going for you guys. Alright, today we're going to talk about something that has been on my mind for the last couple of days. I feel like this is a topic that doesn't get talked about enough. It's something that I feel like kind of gets swept under the rug, but I'm going to bring it out to the forefront today. As you can see by the title of the video, that we're going to get right into the discussion about Parvo, the disgusting, nasty, overwhelming virus that too many of these dogs are catching. Mainly puppies, small pups, you know. Older dogs can get it too, especially if they're not up to date on their vaccines. But younger dogs are especially vulnerable to it because, you know, they have a series of shots that they have to get before they considered to be fully vaccinated. So just having that first or second puppy shot really isn't, you know, secure enough to protect them from this virus that's out there. Now, I'm seeing after doing research that Parvo can last or live for up to 9 years on the ground, guys. So usually that's where you're gonna find Parvo. Now, when you first get a puppy, you know, the first thing you're gonna want to do is try to housebreak that dog and get them used to using the bathroom outside. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants their dog to be using the bathroom in the house. I know they got puppy pads that you can use. Some of us got the wood chips that we use. But the number one, the best thing overall to, you know, keep your house a home and smelling good, not like, you know, feces or a dog, is to be able to have them dogs go outside and use the bathroom the way that they should, you know. But the unfortunate thing is that, you know, when you first bring home a newborn puppy, man, they so delicate. They're like a child, like a baby. You know what I'm saying? When you bring home a newborn baby, you really keep that child in the house, like, for the first couple of months, just to make sure that that baby is, you know, in good health and that it's, you know, fully vaccinated and everything like that, before you start taking it out into the world and letting everybody, you know, hold it and put their hands on it and stuff like that, because it's just so, you know, the world is just so nasty, as we know. So, you know, and with these dogs, it's no different. You know what I'm saying? For me, I try to avoid taking my dogs outside, my puppies. If and when I do, see, I got a backyard that's fenced in. You know, if you got a yard that's fenced in, you're more or less lucky because you got your yard in a controlled environment. Not too much is going on. Your yard is fenced in. Maybe a bird can fly in, but you're not having stray dogs, you know, come into your backyard and you know, pissing and shitting in your backyard. You're not having cats, you know, go in your backyard because it's fenced in. So you're pretty much, you know, gonna be on the safe side. Now, if you don't have a fenced in yard, you know, you're gonna be more vulnerable because whether you know it or not, I'm sure that there's, stray animals and things like that coming onto your property and using the bathroom, which is how a lot of dogs or animals are passing on this parvovirus. So what happens is a dog that has the virus or what have you will use the bathroom, whether it be a number 1 or number 2, and then that dog, the second dog, will come up, smell the scents from that dog, and then go up to that urine or that feces and smell it. You know how dogs do. They see that another dog marked somewhere, they're gonna go check it out, sniff it out, and see what's going on. And then that's how they can contract the virus. You know what I'm saying? I've even seen situations, man, where, I've seen where young dogs, like around 4 months or so, 5 months, 6 months, go to dog shows, even after getting all of their shots. Then they go to a dog show and they're around hundreds of dogs who, Lord knows if them dogs is up to date on their shots or been vaccinated or been to a vet recently, you know what I'm saying? And then you find out that your dog, when you get home or days later after going to that dog show, that your dog got sick, whether it be parvo or kennel cough. Just, the crazy thing about dealing with these dogs is you never know when your dog is going to get sick, And if you're going to breed dogs, or even if you're going to be a pet owner, it would be wise, it would be smart to have some money put to the side, just like you would for your kids, or for yourself, for a rainy day, or, if something was to happen. Because, man, I'm telling you, I've seen situations where this parvo thing can, literally wipe out a whole kennel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's highly contagious. One dog get it, you know what I'm saying? Then they pass it on to the next dog, and they pass it on, you know what I'm saying? If all them dogs is living in that same area, it's going to be hard to really contain and quarantine and separate those dogs and just keep them all safe from each other in that instance, man. That's why it's very, very, very important that you keep your dogs up to date on their vaccines, and that if you run in a kennel, or even if you're just a pet owner, man, that you very, very clean. You know what I'm saying? You need to be wiping the kennels down, wiping the cages down. Even if you got dogs that's housebroken and they not using the bathroom, and they live in areas, you want to get in the habit of keeping it clean, and just making sure that no bacteria or viruses are living in their living areas. Because dogs, man, whether you know it or not, they can carry a lot of bacteria. They constantly going in and out, in and outside. They rolling around in the dirt and in the grass. You know what I'm saying? It's real important that you try to keep them dogs clean, because it'll save you in the long run. Just a little time and effort keeping them clean will save you in the long run from $1,000 vet bill or thousands of dollars. Because I'm telling you, what happens is when these dogs get sick, they get stupid, dehydrated. They lose their appetite. They start throwing up. You know what I'm saying? They get diarrhea, and it really just drains, basically, literally, drains the life out of them. So in most cases, you're gonna have to hospitalize the dog. They're gonna have to give them IVs, give them stuff to get them back hydrated, antibiotics, all of that stuff that the dog is gonna need so that they can fight the virus. And it'll take a few days. I've seen in some cases where it can take a week or even longer, depending on how bad it is. I would say the earlier on that you catch it, the better of a chance that you got, one, of the dog making it, and then two, the faster they can get it out of their system, man. But it's definitely something that you can't not treat. It's not gonna just go away. It will take your dog under, for sure. It will, and it'll do it quick. You know what I'm saying? When you see or realize that that something ain't right, like I say, they will get a little lethargic. They will lose their appetite. They will start throwing up, and they will start getting diarrhea. If you see those symptoms, I wouldn't wait, especially if they start getting lethargic. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, dogs gonna have diarrhea. Every now and then, they gonna throw up from eating too fast, or maybe just getting a hold to something that they should have. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, stuff gonna happen. But if you get a combination of those things, I'm telling you, it'll be best for you to go to the vet and get a test and spend maybe $100 that'll save your dog life, and just give you the peace of mind to know that your dog is in good shape, man. Because just recently, just a few days ago, this inspired me to even make this podcast. One of my guys, shout out to my guy Mike, he just recently bought a dog from me. What was that? Maybe a week, 2 weeks ago at the most. As y'all know, I take all my dogs to the vet. I get them vet checked. They get their shots at the vet. I make sure that they're in good shape before I send them to their new homes, just for situations like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to, as a breeder, you don't want to sell a dog to someone and then they turn around and tell you that, the dog you sold them is not healthy or something happened to that dog, and then you'd be responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence. I would say it's definitely worth it for sure, man. You know what I mean? My guy Mike, he bought that boy from me, and he had him for a few days. I want to say like a week or so, and he was doing fine. He was doing perfectly fine. He was in good health. And then I want to say he started walking him, taking him outside to use the bathroom, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Getting him house trained. He was doing real good. He told me he only used the bathroom like maybe once in the house. So, I was really happy about that. And mind you, me and Mike is co-owning this dog, by the way. So me and him co-own the dog. So he's sending me pictures of him every day, showing me how he, growing and maturing and progressing and stuff. I'm like, damn, I'm telling him, I'm really glad that we co-own this dog. I'm liking the way that he's turning out. I'm loving the way you treating him. You know what I'm saying? He got another dog. He's got another male. You know what I'm saying? They both getting along real good. So I'm just feeling real good about the situation and what's been going on. So, you know what I mean? We've been in touch every day. Like I said, he keeping me up to date on the dog and everything. And then one day we talked. He was telling me he was feeding his boy Victor. We feed our puppies Victor. So obviously he wanted to feed him what I was already feeding him. So he put him on the Victor, and he hit me up like, man, he's kind of messing with his stomach or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or no, he was telling me that he was noticing that he had like some little spots on his skin where he felt like maybe the dog food was too high in protein and was causing him to, kind of break out a little bit. So he was thinking about changing the dog food. And I told him, that made sense. And sometimes that Victor can do that. You'll feed him that Victor. It's got 30% protein. And sometimes that can just be too much for a puppy. So he switched him over to a different food. And then he also was asking me about the raw food. How do I incorporate the raw into my dog's diet or whatever. And I was telling him about that. So he went ahead and added some ground meat into the kibble or whatever. So I wasn't thinking nothing of it. A little bit later on, I want to say later on that day, or maybe the next day, he hit me up and was saying, hey man, he's throwing up and he got diarrhea. And I'm like, just thinking, like, damn, that raw meat must have tore his stomach up. But then he also told me that he changed the dog food at the same time. So he switched the dog food. I think he did a hard switch. A lot of times you should do a gradual change in the dog food, meaning that if you're going to change from one food to another, you should do like a 50-50 blend of those foods and kind of introduce that new food so that it won't upset their stomach. Now, I'm thinking once he told me that he switched the food and he added the raw, that maybe it just upset his stomach because you got two different dog foods in there, plus you got the raw food. So I just figured, maybe that just sent him all out of whack and messed his stomach up. So Mike, man, he a bad motherfucker. I gotta give it to him because he's not a breeder. He's just a pet owner. This is his second bully, and really he's like not even sure if he want to be a breeder. He's more leaning right now towards just, like he told me, they more or less his sons. He not really even looking into breeding for real. He just wanted to. He liked what I'm doing and he wanted to build with me. But as far as the breeding thing, that wasn't the main reason why he got the dog. So, but he was on it, man. He was on it. He told me I'm giving him Pedialyte every 2 hours. I don't know if he had like a gut feeling that it wasn't the food, but he started giving him the Pedialyte every 2 hours. And I really feel like, because because he didn't take him to the vet until I want to say a day or 2 days later after the symptoms started. But he was giving him the Pedialyte every 2 hours from the moment that he started having the symptoms. So I really feel like him doing that saved his life, to be honest with you. Because like I said, when they start throwing up and having diarrhea, they get super dehydrated. So I'm thinking that if he hadn't gave him the Pedialyte for them 2 days, he definitely wouldn't have made it. But I say that to say, he ended up getting him an appointment to the vet because he wasn't doing good even after him doing that, you know. And they ran some tests on him and they determined that he did in fact have Parvo. The vet that he was at, they couldn't seem like keep him overnight. So Mike called me and I called my vet to see what they could do. They was able to get him in right away, you know what I'm saying? So he rushed him out there. They took him in, start putting him on the IV, the round-the-clock treatments, you know what I'm saying, to keep him hydrated, the antibiotics, the works, y'all, you know, everything like that. So fast forward, it's been 4 days, 3 or 4 days now. But we got the call earlier today that he's doing a lot better. They said he's actually back eating again, and he's in good spirits. They said he barking at everybody. So that lets me know, because I'm telling you, once they get Parvo, they not gonna want to do nothing but just lay around, and they look really sad. They basically look like they're getting the life sucked out of them. So when they get to barking and wagging their tail, moving around real good, you know that it's working. You know that everything is going good. So today, he should be going home. Hopefully he's good. I'm real glad that everything worked out. I had a good feeling that it would, especially because, like I said, he gave him that Pedialyte. I really feel like that was the key that kept him going, man. So I say that to say, make sure that y'all paying close attention to y'all dogs when it comes to their health. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be on it. The dogs can't talk, they can't speak, they can't tell you what's going on, they can't tell you how they feeling. You know what I mean? You just gotta be on it. You know what I mean? And and another thing, I feel like I gotta say this: be more careful with these dogs, y'all. We pay a lot of money for these dogs, and even outside of the money, for a lot of us, when we get these dogs, they family. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to see someone that you love, a family member, you know what I'm saying, be sick. You know what I mean? Like I said, this Parvo is it's like COVID. You get that shit, it's an uphill battle. Like it ain't a good chance for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you don't want no dog to have it. You know what I'm saying? And the way that I go about it, trying to make sure that we don't get it here, and I keep my fingers crossed, is that no puppy is getting put on the ground unless it's in my backyard. I know y'all see a lot of times I use the controlled environment. I put up the puppy playpen. I go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a roll of that fake grass, and when I take them outside, I put them right on that. You know, I don't let them run around and be out in the areas where other dogs have been. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's my dogs that that I know are up to date on their shots, and then I'm able to treat that area, whether it be with kennel saw or whether I treat the area with bleach. You can't bleach everything, because bleach will kill your grass. It'll bleach, certain things. You can only use that on certain surfaces, but kennel saw is your best friend. I'm gonna post that right here so y'all can check that out. If you run the kennel, or if you got like multiple dogs in your home, I recommend that you get this product. Check it out. It's what vets and kennels and animal rescues, all of them use this product. It's the best thing that you can use to kill Parvo or just keep your kennels clean, for real. It's like a commercial product. You probably won't find it like in storage. You'll have to go online to get it, but it's a must-have if you're a dog breeder, for sure. It's a must-have, man. But and I know y'all see me taking the dogs to the vet in those buckets with the wood chips in them. I don't like walking my dogs in the vet, you know, because that's the number one place where sick dogs are, is the vet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, when I go into the vet, I go in by myself, leave the dogs in the car. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then I check them in, and I wait till they say that they ready to go to the back, and then I'll run out there to the car real quick and bring my dogs in. If they not fully vaccinated, they coming in that bucket. They coming in a cage. You know, I'll roll them in, I'll carry them in my hands, but they not going on the ground. I don't like people to pet my dogs or nothing like that when they super young like that. Just because, you know, for me, I've dealt with Parvo before personally. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with it, and then now that I have a kennel, I got multiple dogs. I've seen friends, I've seen people close to me that have had Parvo in their kennel. And like I said, Parvo can wipe out a whole kennel. It can take down multiple dogs. You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay as clean as I can around here. Like I said, if they not vaccinated, they won't be going on the ground at the vet at all. You know what I'm saying? And on some real stuff, like, okay, so you know when they bring you into the vet, right? They give you a room and then they always leave out, and then they come right back in. When they leave out, I'll be having like Clorox wipes in my pocket. As soon as they leave out, I'll wipe down the table that I know that the puppy's gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? Because it say that they clean it or whatever like that, but I like to just be on the safe side. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That's something that I just do. I'll wipe the table down real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they're gonna put my pups right up on that table. You know what I'm saying? But that's just something I do. I could be overdoing it. I know I probably am, but I'm just like that when it comes to my dogs, man. Because I don't want them to get sick. I already spent thousands and thousands of dollars on them at the vet and on food and toys and just, you know, keeping a shelter for them and everything like that. I don't want to have to, you know, spend thousands of dollars on them to be on a vet bill from them being sick, you know. And in a lot of cases, in some cases, you really can't, you know, prevent it, you know, whether it be Parvo or whether it be, you know, something totally different, you know. They break limbs and, you know, get just other minor, you know, illnesses too. But, you know, some things you can't prevent. But the things that you can prevent, man, you know, I know a lot of us is super uneducated when it comes to this, or most of us think that, oh, he got his shot, he got his first shot, that they should be good. Like, but really, these dogs shouldn't be going outside until they fully vaccinated. I know that's tough. Because a lot of us got beautiful homes that we want to keep beautiful. We don't want our house smelling like dogs and smelling like feces and stuff like that. But you gotta figure it out. You gotta be able to put together a routine that'll be safe for the dog and that work for you too. Like I said, I always build a playpen and put that fake grass outside. It's worked for me. I've been doing that for years. I know some people live like in apartments, and you know, really the only option that they probably got is to take the dog outside to the grass, you know. But you know, I stay away from dog parks, you know, vets, all that type of stuff. Young puppies, I wouldn't dare take a young dog to a dog park, you know what I'm saying? And nowadays, I try my best not to take young dogs to dog shows, you know what I'm saying? You know, you be geeking to show off what you got, but you live and you learn. I've seen people take their young dogs that they spent thousands of dollars on, you know what I'm saying? And then that dog gets sick and you end up spending even more money at the vet. And in a lot of cases, man, it ain't even about the money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you got the money and you can pay for it, you probably won't even be tripping. But it's the peace of mind, the stress, you know, not being able to sleep knowing your dog in the hospital, not knowing if your dog gonna make it through the night, not knowing if you ever gonna see your dog again. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to go through that. That's super stressful. Is something that can be prevented. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that y'all taking care of them dogs, keeping them areas clean, man. You know, if you gotta take them outside, obviously you gotta take them outside. They gotta use the bathroom. Try to control the environment, you know, in a sense. You don't want them using the bathroom where a cat been at, you know what I'm saying, where a stray dog been at, you know what I'm saying. Just do the best that you can, you know. That's all I got for y'all today. I wanted to share that. It was on my mind, it was on my heart, and I had to put it out there, you know what I'm saying. But we'll get with y'all on the next episode. It's been real. I'm Aaron, Queen City Bullies. I'm out. Yes, sir.